Hello there. Welcome to my reaction to Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves official trailer Comic-Con 2022. And I did not know this was coming out. I don't know how would you make a movie around Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe it's gonna be like a Jumanji situation where they're gonna get pulled into the game. I don't know. Like the original Jumanji. Because in the remake with Rock, it's the video game Jumanji. But it was a board game in the original. Is that how it's gonna go? Maybe we'll see, but I'll see at least in the trailer. Either way, like, comment, subscribe, become a member, let's begin. Whoa. Or is it just gonna be the story in the world?
Thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
Oh, what is that? We got hot coal?
Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we pull that off? Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
You need cooling!
This is kind of disappointing if it is just a fantasy story, but they just put a stamped Dungeons and Dragons on top of it, even though it has nothing to do with the game. They just could have left it as Honor Among Thieves. There was no reason. Unless I pause it a bit too early and they will tell us that the game pulls around. Because you could make a movie. And like, you showed this. And then it's like, I'm attacking the fiend, and then you hear like a voice in the background. The whole movie pauses and stuff. Not necessarily. And then like, you rolled a natural 20. Like, you just poke a monster and it explodes. Like, you could do a very fun movie where it's just a game of Dungeons and Dragons, but with these kind of visuals within the movie. Whereas, like, people come, they sit down, they start playing, they start, like... I pictured this. Just some people come into the basement of some house. Like, maybe even teenagers and stuff like that. The main demographic of Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know who those are. Not sure. Anyone, but the same age group, so it doesn't look weird. It doesn't matter. They come in, they sit down on the table, and they start... It looks normal, like a normal movie. And when they start describing the characters, these visuals kick in. So, like, my character is, like, human, this name, and it's shown off, like, with a very cool visuals. And then comes back, and then the other character talks, like, about them. And it goes like that, and then every time something happens, these visuals kick in and you go from the basement to, like, this world that is actually... When you play Dungeons and Dragons, that you feel. That would be cool. Steal my idea, please, and make a good movie.
Give us a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
We also need courage.
Is that it? You put the references to strength? I don't know if I should hate it or not, but I don't like it so far. I never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I want to, so I know how the game works a little bit. Not just, we need strength. You're the strongest one of us, so you do the strength thing, and we need courage. Like, no rolls or anything, is just meh.
Magic. And you.
Huh. Comic relief character?
What is that again? It's an owlbear.
Owlbear? Oh. Oh, she turns into it.
Be warned. There is evil here.
And she goes to the floor.
I'm glad he's on our side.
This one's dangerous. But what
A
about
mimic.
We'll be ready.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Oh, he's a bard. Of course he's a bard. Funny character, a bard. Also much 2023, like John Wick. Wick. Am I saying it weirdly? I don't know. I don't like it. It has nothing to do with D&D. They just plaster D&D because it's kind of the hip and cool at this point, right? To play D&D. There are multiple successful YouTube channels that play D&D. Like Dimension 20, I think, is the channel. And then that one with Alex Mercer in it. Not Alex. Matt Mercer? Alex is in the prototype game. Doesn't matter. They just plaster D&D on it and that's it. There's not gonna be any rolls. Like, there's nothing random about this. And not like, not lol funny random. Random funny. No. What I mean is, like, it's just gonna be a fantasy thing where someone swings their sword. Thing gonna happen exactly how it's supposed to happen. And I think the beauty of D&D is that you have like a steel sword and you swing at a guy who's butt naked, let's say. But then you roll a 1 and you like drop a sword on your own leg, even though your character's supposed to be like 20 years of training and stuff. Or like it's all comes from randomness and then imagination of Dungeon Master. It would be so cool to make a full-on movie from that. Even like hire actors from the successful YouTube channels. Don't show it like, oh, it's a YouTuber movie. It's just a movie, and they are in there. Maybe if they don't, just as a cameo, just for fun for people who actually have seen the like the YouTube channels. And they're also there in the background to make sure that they follow the rules, kind of, that it doesn't break the rules of D&D inside the movie itself. It would be so cool and so easy to make. Come on! There are so many, and if you think there's no screenplay, there are so many screenplays. Just ask one of the, like, dungeon masters who prepare for this thing. It would be so easy. Anyway, thank anybody who watched this. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.